Ah, there's Mac Foster. There's the photo of Mac Foster getting Yo, Mac Foster getting chinned. Getting chinned by Marty Lewis. Crazy, bro. Mac Foster. Marty punched my granddad. I'm sorry, man. Your granddad must have been a real. Thoughts on Marty Lewis throwing that title fight in '76? Again, I've got ties to Marty Lewis's family, so it's like I got to zip up on that one. Am I the only one who has no idea? Yo, okay, let me fill you in. Marty Lewis is the guy Muhammad Ali ducked, and that's that pipsqueak strength for you. I gotta knock some sense into these MMA fans, man. Fedor Emelianenko. Fedor Emelianenko. This ain't Peaches and Creamville. Peaches and Creamville. Peaches and Creamville. I think that's going to be something that we see a whole lot more of in the future, where people just get more dangerous in that area. If I was an MMA fighter, you can bet that I'd be working on vicious elbows, right? Vicious knees, nasty uppercuts. I mean, listen, I don't mean to glaze, but Marty Lewis would have been the king of the clinch in MMA. Marty Lewis would have been the king of the clinch because he had one of the craziest uppercuts in the game. It was the uppercut that was his downfall, of course. That was his weakness. The uppercut was his weakness, but it was that uppercut that was one of his best weapons too. It's like, he was the live by the sword, die by the sword kind of guy. God give it and God take it away, right? It was one of those things for Marty. Marty, one of the best fucking uppercuts down the pipe, right down the fucking pipe, and nobody could get out of the way of that thing. But then again, he couldn't either. That was Muhammad Ali's. That was Muhammad Ali's comeback, behind the scenes, of course. No one ever saw Muhammad Ali address Marty Lewis in public after 1966. But I remember the news around the town in 1971 was, think that guy gives me a tough fight? I'll send an uppercut down the pipe, right? That was Muhammad Ali's go-to line. You know how Muhammad Ali always rhymed? I made fun of like the old head trash talk, but that was it. That was it. I'll give him an uppercut down the pipe. And that was the thing that made people lose their mind. And I just remember like thinking, damn, Marty's going to have to come back with a good one. Marty's going to have to come back with a good one. And of course, 1972 was the year of shame for Muhammad Ali. Real boxing fans know. Marty Lewis went to his open workout one time with the microphone, and the police had to escort him out, and people were booing, and Muhammad Ali basically had to run out of the arena in his in one of his Joe Frazier fights because people were saying, "Hey man, like you're ducking Marty. Where's Marty? Where's the Marty fight?" He friggin' ran out with the coat over his head. People were throwing drinks at him, right? Marty had an underrated, probably the best ever. Underrated. I mean, listen, man. Marty Lewis's mind games were top notch for the 60s, 70s, of course. I mean, the trash talk back then was a little bit different. It wasn't as interesting, but it was pretty damn good. You just can't disrespect Marty Lewis like that, man. Marty Lewis was not a jab merchant, and you know it. Marty Lewis had one of the best arsenals. He had one of the best tool bags in the game. Marty the Can Crusher, that just proves that you were never in the gym. That just proves that you never saw the guys that he would spar. Marty Lewis, I totally understand that he wasn't fighting the who's who at all times. That's because they ducked him. Marty Lewis is the most ducked boxer that ever walked the face of the earth. Came here for Lucas to glaze. Shut up, bro. That's just so disrespectful. Like, I don't know. You know why that's disrespectful. You know very well that they tried to erase him from history. That's what you don't understand. So when people joke around about Marty Lewis being some fictional character, it's just like, okay, like at that point, that's just the epitome of disrespectful. Think about his family. Think about his wife. That's just stop, please. Man. Hand Sam won Marty. No. You've never seen the fights. You probably have no idea what the hell you're talking about, my man. Marty punched my granddad. I'm sorry, man. Your granddad must have been a real dick because trust me, Marty Lewis, if someone was an asshole, he would let him know. He would let him feel it. So totally understand that. Thoughts on Marty Lewis throwing that title fight in 76? I hear the mob got to him. Yeah. Well, we don't talk about that one. We don't talk about that one. But yeah, again, I've got ties to Marty Lewis's family, so it's like I got to zip up on that one. But yeah, one of his only losses, right? Makes you think. I mean, hey, it is what it is. He was hey, by 76, Muhammad Ali had already tried to damage him and erase him from history, and things were tough. Things were tough with Marty Lewis. So if you put 2 and 2 together, Muhammad Ali trying to get rid of him, the WBC shut him out, banning him for a lifetime. Hard to make ends meet, right? One thing leads to the next, and you're getting beat by I don't even know, what was it? The gust of wind, the ghost of Notre Dame. Who knows what it was? But it wasn't Marty Lewis really losing. Marty Lewis has those meaty. He didn't have meaty hooks at all. He had crispy hooks. Difference. Crispy hooks. Thoughts on the sparring footage between Marty Lewis and Ali? How did you get your hands on it? I've seen the sparring footage. I mean, I saw them spar, but yeah, Muhammad Ali ducked him for a reason, bro. He was spitting out teeth. So that's all I'm going to say. I remember Marty Lewis knocked him down and said, I told you you'd be spitting out teeth, bitch. I told you, man. That was the holler heard around the world, they used to say. Looked up Marty Lewis. He has a career from 1917, 1921. You're looking at the wrong Marty Lewis. You're looking at the wrong Marty Lewis. Am I the only one who has no idea? Okay, let me fill you in. Marty Lewis is the guy Muhammad Ali ducked. And I just, everyone who's a real boxing fan who was watching back in the day knows of Marty Lewis. It's just that, listen, the WBC, Showtime, the big brand boxing, they tried to erase him from history because Muhammad Ali openly ducked him. It was shameful for him. And Muhammad Ali, poster boy of boxing, the god of boxing, he couldn't go out like that knowing that he ducked him, and he wanted to cover it up. So they banned him for a lifetime from the WBC, and they tried to erase him from history. There's a reason you don't hear about Marty Lewis, but you hear about Joe Frazier. There's a reason why you don't hear about Marty Lewis, but you hear about George Foreman. There's a reason why you don't hear about Marty Lewis, but you hear about Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis. Muhammad Ali, dude. I'm telling you, bro. Muhammad Ali was the man, but he'll never be the greatest. After what I saw in the freaking sparring room, after what I saw in the ring. Marty schooled Frazier? Oh. You're acting like I haven't seen it. There was never a rematch for Marty Lewis. No one ever wanted to rematch him. And that's another thing. Marty Lewis wanted to be a part of these epic trilogies and rematches, but every opponent would want to duck him after they got done with him because they knew they couldn't beat him. Is this true? Yeah. Ali was pissing blood. I mean, I think they over-exaggerate it, but he was spitting out teeth. He spat out a couple of teeth. There's a reason why Muhammad Ali isn't seen as a guy that used to show his teeth into his latter half of his career. It's because one of them looked kind of phony. Try to find me a photo of Muhammad Ali smiling. Seriously. There's a reason why he's not ranked. He's not in the Boxing Hall of Fame. There's a reason why he's not in the Boxing Hall of Fame. Let me look at Marty Lewis. I can't just look him up on Google. Obviously, they have the files erased. But I have a old head boxing app that I'm going to gatekeep, where they have everyone's real record. It's called Real Boxing. If you guys know, Real Boxing is the best place to find real records. Here we go. Marty Lewis record. Chuck Wepner, Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, Buster Matis, Mac Foster. Knocked out Mac Foster in the first round. Really underrated win as well. Leon Spinks. Destroyed Leon Spinks. Marty Lewis versus Bruce Lee. Who wins? Thank you for the $2. Oh, yeah, of course. Come on, dude. That's disrespectful at this point. That's disrespectful. That's like asking me Bruce Lee versus Francis Ngannou at that point. Obviously, Marty Lewis. Thank you for the $2. Marty Lewis is the shoeless Joe Jackson of boxing. The shoeless Joe Jackson of boxing. I don't even know what the hell that is. What the hell? Shoeless Joe Jackson? What happened with shoeless Joe Jackson? Did they try to erase him from history? I only know Ali, Frazier, Tyson, Pacquiao, man. Yeah, well, those are some of my favorites. I think Mayweather is a guy that gets shed on a little bit too much because he's one of the best defensive boxing fighters in history. Not big on Canelo, though. Canelo's boring as hell. I mean, Mayweather was kind of boring, but at least he knew how to sell a fight. I'll give that to Mayweather. He knew how to sell a fight. Well, yeah, many great boxers were erased from history due to political reasons. That's something that people don't understand is Ali had a serious grip on the promotions just because of how marketable he was. And I'll give that to Muhammad Ali. He was definitely marketable. He knew how to talk. But Marty Lewis was one of those guys that was just, he was like a Sean Strickland back in the day. He was a truth speaker. And although Muhammad Ali was pretty epic and base too, he was the poster child, right? He had the look, he had the freaking sauce, but he didn't really have the sauce, right? He was like, that was like the perfect guy that they could promote up to the top. Everyone liked Muhammad Ali, not everyone liked Marty Lewis. We're not going to talk exact. Mac Foster, he did beat Mac Foster. Seriously, you want me to pull up Mac Foster? I think I may even have a photo of Mac Foster getting knocked out by Marty Lewis. There's Mac Foster. Mac Foster, that's hilarious. Yo, Mac Foster. There's Mac Foster. There's the photo of Mac Foster getting Yo, Mac Foster getting chinned. Getting chinned by Marty Lewis. Crazy, bro. Yo, Mac Foster was to be respected. Mac Foster was to be respected. Marty Lewis cleaned him up before Muhammad Ali ever got to him. Everyone knows Ali used to jack Marty's style, bro. Shoeless Joe was banned from MLB for life, throwing the 1919 World. Oh, that's crazy. He threw the World Series. Have you heard about the Black Sox scandal? Yeah, they got caught up in the mob. They got caught up in the mob, right? Right? The gambling scandal. The scandal. That's pretty interesting, though. I mean, that's one thing that Marty Lewis did make his fair share of mistakes. I mean, there's a reason why he was banned for life. It wasn't all just Muhammad Ali ducking him, but that was a big part of it. And they'll never teach you about it in school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.